Japan has been the home of much of the entertainment I have consumed and enjoyed since I was a real young kid. From video games, to anime, to classic films. As an American, I am no stranger to the Godzilla franchise, celebrating its 70th anniversary next year in 2024. Honestly, I have not really gotten into kaiju as much as one would expect, especially for me growing up watching Mighty Morphin Power Rangers after school every day, watching those epic gargantuan Zords battling the monster of the day, usually a long-suffering man in a rubber suit doing take after take with charges going off in the process. My dad showed me Godzilla King of the Monsters featuring Raymond Burr as the star of that movie, and for the longest time thinking that was the original Godzilla film. It technically wasn't. They added the stuff with Raymond Burr observing the events of the 1954 film as a reporter, actually. The OG, in my mind, is a masterpiece and definitely the topic of a future video. As of right now, I have only seen a handful of Godzilla films, mainly from the Showa era, through my large Criterion collection that I still have not finished yet, something I definitely need to remedy. All that being said, I have not seen a lot of the franchise, but some fellow content creators, mainly Wakizashi Teahouse and Dreadroberts, who calls this film a monsterpiece. Check out his review after the vid. His link is in the description. These gents specifically recommended this latest film, Godzilla Minus One. I was like, cool, but do I have to watch the other films, or is this a follow-up to a previous Godzilla film, or is this part of a new series? Well, this particular one, not so much. You do not have to watch any of the older films. So, if you are interested, I highly recommend checking this film out. Before going any further though, if you are new to this channel, hit the like button, ring the bell for notifications, and of course hit the subscribe button. I do reviews, retrospectives on games, movies, shows, books. I do live streams, Joe Rogan style, where me and a fellow nerd just have a type of, chill conversation. Back to the vid. Right off the bat, this film wastes no time reintroducing Gojira. Yes, I will be saying his name the Japanese way for the remainder of this video. The beginning made me feel a terror I have not felt since I first saw the Jurassic Park T-Rex scene as a 9-year-old. I literally had to run to the bathroom as a result. All the scenes featuring Gojira do the iconic movie dinosaur monster justice, as he is just a force to be reckoned with, and you as the viewer feel a continual fear for the human characters' lives as they are fighting this kaiju, whether it be in the ocean or on land. The final battle is a last-ditch effort to defeat Gojira once and for all, and it pays off so much because of the excellent writing of the human characters. The main protagonist is a kamikaze pilot named Shikishima, who suffers from shell shock and later survivor's guilt after World War II. So yeah, this is a period piece, and I am a huge sucker for these type of settings in films. His arc in this film is so compelling, and Ryunosuke's Kamiki's performance was up there with some of the best, because I felt for this character from start to finish. I won't get into major spoilers on what ultimately happens and what he does, but the mistakes he has made, the regrets he feels, the bonds with the crew he creates as they try to fight off Gojira are some of the best I've seen in years. The payoff to this character arc at the end is one of the most emotionally satisfying that I have seen in a long time, and the action is literally nail-biting and edge of your seat. The music was solid, and the visuals were excellent. I felt like I was watching the OG Gojira film and Jaws, and if you're going to learn, why not learn from the greats? Gojira once again looked terrifying to the point where I haven't seen since the original film, and the one issue I hear about the more recent films, especially the legendary ones, is that you can barely see Gojira and the other monsters. This film does not have that problem at all, and what you see is some great visuals, great cinematography with nods to the older classics like the ones I mentioned before. The soundtrack was great, and the sounds really add to the experience. When the humans were fighting Gojira, I literally was moving my hands like I was playing a video game, trying to take Gojira's ass down. This is such an amazing experience in the cinema. I highly recommend you see this movie in the theaters before it discontinues on December 7th. So there you have it. I highly recommend this film. It is probably the best film I've seen this year. The story was solid, the visuals were great, you can actually see Gojira in full glory destroying cities and terrifying people on the ocean. It can be a little slow at points, but I believe the character arcs were compelling enough to make it watchable. So I really have little to no problems with this film. Once again, loved the character arcs, and the action was just a massive spectacle that I enjoyed. The film was not only a good kaiju film, not only a great period piece in the backdrop of World War II, but a great gem of a film overall that I cannot recommend enough. Go see it now while you still can, because this was truly a monster piece. Thanks, Dreadroberts. Once again, Dreadroberts, Gray from Wakizashi's Teahouse, thank you so much for recommending this one. So everybody, go to their channels, give them a sub, and watch their reviews of this movie. Their links are in the description once again. Well, everyone, until the next time I do a new movie review, and they are rather sporadic, stay Nerdporeal.